This webinar was produced by Utah Clean Energy and was funded by a grant from the Southwest Energy Efficiency Project. Thank you for tuning in to learn more about Utah's statewide commercial property assessed clean energy, or CPACE, financing program. This webinar will cover the benefits this program can bring to your community, the services the Governor's Office of Energy Development, or OED, offers to municipalities who want to participate, information about how a municipality can participate, and Salt Lake City's reasons for deciding to opt in to the statewide program. This webinar is meant to be a follow-up to the CPACE 90-second video available on OED's CPACE website at cpace.utah.gov. Speaking on the webinar today are Tyler Polson and Shauna Kwan. Tyler is a program manager for Salt Lake City's Sustainability Department. His work focuses on conserving energy resources, developing renewable energy, and transitioning city operations and the community as a whole to a clean energy future. Tyler previously spent 4 years working on energy and sustainability initiatives for Park City Municipal, along with 5 years as a finance professional in the private sector. He has a master's degree in economics from the University of Utah and holds the LEED Green Associate accreditation. Shauna is the Energy Efficiency and Programs Manager for the Governor's Office of Energy Development. Shauna has spent the last 7 years in the energy sector, where she has focused on energy efficiency, renewable energy, and energy security topics. Prior to joining the Governor's Office of Energy Development, Shauna worked for the U.S. Navy as a research analyst, the Yale Center for Environmental Law and Policy Global Environmental Governance Project, and the Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars in Washington, D.C. Her bachelor's is in political science from the University of California, Santa Barbara, and she holds a master's in public policy with an emphasis on environmental regulation and policy from Georgetown University. With that, I'll turn it over to Tyler.
Thanks, Megan. As was mentioned, my name is Tyler Polson. I work for the Salt Lake City Department of Sustainability. Our department focuses on a variety of initiatives, from renewable energy to clean air to local food. In essence, our mission is to partner internally within government operations along with the broader community to ensure a healthy, thriving future for Salt Lake City and its residents. I'm excited to speak a little bit about the Commercial PACE financing program in Utah and share my perspective on the local government case for supporting this program. As you'll see, CPACE offers a range of diverse benefits to a community that can help advance social, environmental, and/or economic goals. CPACE does this by orienting market demand for higher performing buildings that pollute less and have a lower cost to operate with a unique financing tool that can be scaled and tailored to fund major energy and water improvements in office buildings, multifamily residences, industrial facilities, and many other types of properties. Before describing the role of local government alongside how CPACE works, I'll share a bit of context about why this program is important to communities, contractors, property owners, and property managers. In describing why CPACE is important, I'll share examples related to the 3 categories of environment and public health, local economies, and social equity, including overall community well-being. The importance of an energy and water financing tool is reflected in the sheer breadth and size of consumption within our communities. Using Salt Lake City as an example, 74% of our community carbon footprint is associated with electricity and natural gas used for our homes, buildings, and facilities. The commercial and industrial sector plays a pronounced role in this impact, producing about 4 times the amount of carbon emissions of residential properties locally. CPACE represents a targeted financing opportunity for these commercial and industrial properties that's sizable enough to capitalize on opportunities to address energy waste. On the economics front, everyone knows that there is no free tank of gas. The same goes for the electricity and natural gas that power our built environment. Commercial and industrial properties can spend hundreds of millions of dollars annually on energy in medium-sized cities like Salt Lake City. The local job creation opportunity associated with enhancing energy efficiency and building performance while repowering our economies with local renewable energy is comparable in size to this expenditure. Research shows that dollars spent on efficiency upgrades and retrofits have some of the highest rate of returns across the whole energy sector in terms of local jobs created. The local jobs ROI for renewable energy technologies like rooftop solar is similarly sizable. CPACE is one way that local governments can help businesses bridge the financing gap to access dollars that lower their operating costs while employing people in our local communities. On the social impact front, we've already stated that CPACE can help reduce pollution and enhance public health while also stimulating job growth. This financing model also opens up the opportunity for a broader segment of building owners and operators to invest in high-performing buildings and enjoy the benefits of reduced operating costs while also enhancing their financial resiliency to changing economic conditions. So, what role do local governments, such as cities and counties in Utah, play in implementing and supporting commercial PACE financing? Shauna Kwan from the Utah Governor's Office of Energy Development will next walk through the mechanics of opting into the statewide CPACE program along with her team's role as administrator. At a high level, from a local government perspective, what will happen is that the Office of Energy Development acts as the initial screener for potential projects. After they vet the proposed project and confirm that it is eligible to move forward with CPACE financing, the municipality will issue a bond, the proceeds of which will pay for the project. Designate a voluntary assessment area for the improved property, and only that property, and then levy the assessment on the improved property. Salt Lake City chose to opt into the program and have the Office of Energy Development serve as administrator for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, the state office has the expertise and background to help local governments, along with potential recipients of CPACE financing like businesses and property managers, understand the legislative context and rules for complying with CPACE in Utah. Having the Office of Energy Development as our administrator reduces the time burden it takes Salt Lake City to screen and consider CPACE applications. They also create a consistent first point of contact for properties and those working in the energy sector looking to explore this financing option. In terms of process, opting into CPACE was simple and straightforward and lowered program barriers for both Salt Lake City and potential participants within our community. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about Salt Lake City's participation in CPACE or the process of aligning with the Office of Energy Development to serve as program administrator. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tyler, and thank you to the listeners for taking the time to learn about Utah's CPACE program. I'm Shauna Kwan with the Governor's Office of Energy Development, or OED. My focus is on energy efficiency and programs, but our office is dedicated to advancing all responsible forms of energy and minerals. As we look to the future, it's essential to our economic and environmental success to take an all-of-the-above approach in developing our natural resources. We expect that this approach will provide our growing population with affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy, and our office does this in three ways: through industry assistance such as tax credits or incentives, education and outreach, and policy development. The Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy, or CPACE program, is one area of policy development that our office supports. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about the following topics: Utah's statewide CPACE program, why a statewide program matters and the associated benefits, how OED supports CPACE, how OED specifically supports municipalities through CPACE, and additional resources that municipalities can use to learn more about CPACE. So the CPACE program was authorized in 2013 under Senate Bill 221. This bill amended the Assessment Area Act to allow cities and counties to finance energy efficiency, renewable energy, and water conservation upgrades as a property tax assessment. Following Senate Bill 221, Utah Clean Energy led a stakeholder group of 75 energy, government, and other industry leaders to further frame and scope the statewide CPACE program. This stakeholder group recommended that the statewide CPACE program be housed within OED, the Governor's Office of Energy Development. Then, in the spring of 2015, OED's statewide CPACE program was launched with the completion of the first CPACE project in Utah at the Hunt Electric headquarters in West Valley City. This financing may be administered in whole or in part by local governments. Local governments may opt to delegate some of the administrative burden to our office in OED. I'll talk more to this subject later. CPACE is an entirely voluntary financing program that offers many benefits to municipalities and their businesses. The economic benefits include job creation and greater economic activity to strengthen and grow the state. CPACE retrofits and upgrades can help reduce energy and water use. This in turn aids municipalities in their overall efforts to decrease consumption and keep utility bills low. And finally, CPACE offers infrastructure benefits because building upgrades and retrofits improve the quality of the community's commercial and industrial building stock. So why did Utah decide to develop a statewide program? Because the goal was to create a streamlined, cost-effective, frequently used program, and the best way to achieve this goal is through a statewide program. A statewide program allows for a standardized process across jurisdictional boundaries and alleviates the need for contractors and developers who operate in different municipalities to learn and navigate different procedures and different rules depending on where the project being financed is located. As the administrator of the statewide CPACE program, OED provides dedicated staff time, information resources, and a streamlined process which takes much of the administrative burden off of the municipality and keeps project costs and fees as low as possible. Lastly, a statewide program makes CPACE as easy to navigate as possible for all parties involved. So what does OED offer to CPACE stakeholders? At a high level, OED provides technical assistance, information resources, and marketing and outreach in order to raise awareness and improve understanding of and participation in the CPACE program. In terms of technical assistance, OED acts as a liaison to all of the parties involved in a CPACE project, including municipalities, building owners, project developers, and contractors, capital providers, and existing lenders. OED devotes significant staff time to answering calls, emails, and attending meetings to answer questions and share information resources. Finally, OED will verify the installation of a CPACE project to ensure it meets statutory requirements. As I mentioned earlier, OED serves as an information clearinghouse. Specifically, OED developed and maintains the CPACE website at cpace.utah.gov with the following resources and information that can be used by any CPACE stakeholder. These resources are all hyperlinked, and you can access them by downloading the PDF version that's posted online. OED publishes and regularly updates the CPACE guidebook. The guidebook explains the entire CPACE program, including how it works, what properties are eligible for CPACE financing, benefits for municipalities and property owners, and guidance to lenders. This document is especially useful for municipalities new to CPACE who are hoping to learn more. Furthermore, thanks to the help of Ballard Spahr, who is supporting the Utah Clean Energy through the Sunshot Initiative, there are a set of standardized forms that municipalities can use to process a CPACE project. Keep in mind that these documents are not legal advice, but rather are templates that can be refined as needed by the municipality. To help determine project eligibility, OED developed a pre-application and a final application process for CPACE projects. OED reviews submitted applications to verify eligibility and project compliance with statutory requirements. This serves as a vetting process for municipalities so that they do not need to become involved in the financing process and determine that the project is truly viable. As part of the statutory requirements under CPACE, municipalities offering CPACE must maintain a list of service providers, including electrical or renewable energy contractors. However, municipalities that opt into the statewide CPACE program may delegate this responsibility to OED. To fulfill this responsibility, OED developed and maintains a database of pre-approved service providers that meet the basic requirements to operate a business in Utah. In addition to offering a comprehensive website, OED generates and publishes printed materials and webinars and hosts training to increase participation of stakeholders. OED also publishes case studies of completed projects and works with municipalities to host press events and encourage media coverage for completed projects. All of this direct support can be provided to municipalities that choose to opt into the CPACE program. Per the agreement, OED agrees to provide these standardized program forms, maintain an online approved service provider list, review or secure third-party review of the applications, and verify installations of projects. In return, the signing municipality agrees to adopt a designation ordinance or resolution to designate a voluntary assessment area, levy the assessment, issue a municipal bond, collect installation payments, and release and discharge assessments. All costs to the municipalities associated with this process, including bond counsel and financial advisor fees, are covered by the building owner. Municipalities should not incur any cost for participating in this process. If a municipality changes its mind and wants to opt out of the program, the CPACE municipality agreement allows the municipality to do so at any time by giving written notice to OED. Finally, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Shauna Kwan, OED's CPACE Program Administrator. My email address is utahcpace@utah.gov. You're also welcome to review these CPACE resources in detail on our website at cpace.utah.gov. And lastly, PACE Nation is a national organization that provides technical assistance and support to all PACE programs throughout the country. Their website can be accessed at pacenation.us. Thanks again for taking the time to listen to how CPACE can support your municipality.